So yeah, as you can see, that's actually a pretty big difference. What's going on, everybody? Today I will be installing a new JET Performance Throttle Body on my 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. So I'm going to take you through the process from start to finish, from hood up to hood down, and everything in between. I just want to make a simple video. They just expanded the specs on this throttle body. Before, I believe it was from 2015 to 2017 models, and now I think it's 2013 to 2018 models. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick install vid, and I'm going to show you guys what tools we're going to need first. It seems pretty simple, so it shouldn't take us longer than maybe 20 minutes or so. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, these are the tools that we're going to be using today. A lot of you are going to need to go to the store because this does require you to use a 10mm socket. Half of y'all ain't going to have that. Victrex, I know you got one because you just showed it off in one of your, I think it was 2 videos ago, you had one. So I know you got one, bro, so you're good, but you don't have the Jeep, so you ain't got to worry about that. As you can see, 10mm, and then also this is a deep socket 10mm, which I'm going to need to use because I have an aftermarket intake. So on the stock ones, I don't know if you're going to need to use that or not, but for me today, I'm going to have to use that. So let's grab our tools, and the only reason I have a flathead is I'm not sure if I'm going to have to take off any of the rubber connections, if they're going to be difficult or not. So let's get to it. We'll get over here. I'm going to pop the hood. Okay. There we go. Okay. Has a boost. Okay, so I'm going to set our tools down so we don't lose any of them. You don't go nowhere, you stay right there. Okay. So this is what we're going to be replacing today. The throttle body right here. So I have to remove, unfortunately I have to take this whole plastic piece off so I can get this piece off so I can get to the throttle body. So I did do a little prep work today. I already did take this off once because I took the air filter out to clean the air filter, and I also emptied out my oil catch can as well. So just a little bit of maintenance, I guess you could say. So the first step after popping the hood is we actually have to disconnect the battery. Oh no, where's the battery? Well, let me show you. I'm glad you asked. You have to move the front passenger seat all the way up. The battery is in the floor under the passenger seat. It's down here. So we have to pry this up, and the battery is underneath. And how well you can see that. So we have to, first step is disconnect the battery. Sorry, it's shaking so bad. Okay, you just want to loosen that. Pop it off. Make sure it's not touching the terminal. And we're good. Step 2, we have to remove all of the air duct work, as they call it, from the throttle body. So these are already kind of loose since I've already taken it off today. Right here, the nuts right here are loose, so I'm not even really going to have to use my ratchet for that. So, but I do need a deep socket, as you can see. And if you guys are wondering why it's all ghetto rigged with the zip tie here, it's because this little plastic piece, when I went to take that one off, it decided to fall off. So that's why that's like that. So I'm going to go ahead. Not to lose any pieces here. It's like playing Operation. There it is. Okay. We got them all. We're good. So I'm going to set the band clamp off to the side. Make sure you don't lose that. And then we're going to go ahead and take this one off. good. You know what? I don't even need to. I'm not even going to take that off all the way. I got to pop out the temp sensor. Okay. Okay. That just pops off like that. Set this off to the side. And now we got to do this one. Okay. That's all we need. Set that piece off. Set that to the side. And expose our stock throttle body. Alright, so you're going to want to disconnect the wiring. Not a big deal. And that it has it's got a couple of different, as you can see, the bolts on here that are green. Okay, so we've disconnected the wiring. You just pull that little red pin back and you can pop it off. So now we have to remove these green bolts that are holding the stock throttle body in. You're going to want to be very careful with these because this is plastic. So when you go to screw them back in, you don't want to screw them too tight because you could potentially crack the throttle body, not the throttle body, the intake manifold, and you don't want to do that. So. Okay, throttle body is removed. So that's what we got. It's got a little gasket in there that it's going to seal up against. This is our stock throttle body. You can see all the oil in there. So I'm going to lay this out. I'll just set it right here. And we'll compare it to the new one. Move some stuff out of the way. Don't you dare fall, you 10 mil. I swear if you fall, well, that's how we lose them, isn't it? Fall into the engine bay. Might as well be Narnia. Alright, so stock throttle body. Well, let's go get this shiny new one. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, that's actually a pretty big difference in the size. I'll try to get them a little closer together. This one is much larger around than this one, which is going to allow for better airflow. But overall, the design just looks, it looks like it's much sturdier than this one is. So, alright. Well, let's get her put on. I'm going to make sure that this gasket is in there all the way. Not going to cause any issues. Go ahead and there she goes. Alright, new throttle body is technically installed, so that really wasn't too bad. Now I'm just hoping that we can get the sleeve back over it. Oh, like a glove. Beautiful. Sweet deal. So we're just going to tighten everything up then. I'm going to set the phone down for just a second. Alright guys, we got the airflow box and everything reinstalled again. Got all the nuts tightened, got the tube installed again. I have the temp sensor reinstalled. The throttle body is completely installed, tightened down, good to go. So now we have to reconnect the battery, the negative terminal that we removed. And then the car has to go through a process so it can learn or recognize the new throttle body, because we unplugged everything. So whoop, my bad. There we go. Negative battery cable is hooked up to the terminal. Alright guys, we are in the car now. So what it wants us to do is turn the ignition to the on position, but do not start the car. So there we go. I have it on run. I have a push start, so we're going to put it on run. And it says to slowly press the gas pedal to the floor and then slowly release it, and do this 3 times. Okay, so we did that. Now it says to turn it back off. Alright, so it is off now. And I'm going to open my door to make sure that it turns the screen off and everything. And then it says to turn the key on and start the vehicle. And that the throttle position and gas pedal should now be synchronized. So let's go ahead and do that. Move to the on position. Make sure we don't get any check engine lights or anything. Well, that's good. There's throttle. Alright guys, I'm driving around, just trying to test out the throttle body and everything, and you can definitely feel it's got a little bit more pep in its step. So overall I'm happy with it. The throttle response is better. You can feel it, just like, I don't know, it gets up to speed a little quicker. So the acceleration feels like it is just a little bit faster. It's nothing crazy, but it's definitely noticeable. So yeah, anybody that wants to get one, I would recommend it. Super easy to install, and again, I would go through KOW Performance. But yeah, super easy install, and you can definitely feel that it's got a little bit more pep to it now than it did before. So I think it was worth it. We got some more stuff coming, so stay tuned. Hope y'all are having a blessed day. Peace.